flocking the dash at last. Your dash kit should come with instructions, so make sure you read those. For those that don't know how to read, this is how you do it.
It feels like nearly a year ago that we asked you if we should flock the dash on our S52 sedan project. You said yes, so here's the video. But first, what is a flock dash? Primarily used in rally cars, flocking a dashboard is the process of gluing extremely fine fibers to your dashboard to reduce glare and distractions. This is the BMW E30 dashboard. Years of sun exposure have really beaten up our dashboard and caused the exterior layer to shrink and crack. The result looks like this. The good news though is that this damage can be fixed with some basic materials and a couple hours worth of time. We use these materials: acetone or other cleaning agents, sandpaper in coarse and fine grits, a Dremel with a grinding stone, a padded dash filler kit or sandable body filler, and a small non-foam roller for glue application. We're using a dash flocking kit from flockit.com, which came with 2 bags of fiber, a brush, a fiber applicator, and color-matched glue. We put the link in the description. Start by disassembling your dashboard. This means removing all your air vents as well as the VIN plate if you're in the US. Thoroughly clean your dash with acetone and spot any dirty or uneven areas that may require some sanding. As we had some residue and uneven areas, we passed over the whole dashboard with a fine 320 grit sandpaper to create a smooth surface for the glue. Next up, use your Dremel and grinding stone to create large V-shaped channels where your current cracks are. This enables you to apply more filler and create a smoother transition. It also reduces the bulging of the material where it cracks and should stop the cracks from spreading.
Yeah, this is what we got so far. It looks even worse than before because we opened up all these cracks, take off some of the bulging that was going on that dash. We're kind of combining multiple processes that we've seen for dash repairs. Since we're flocking it, we're not trying to be super precise, but we still want to do it right. And I guess we'll see at the end how it looks, but so far so good.
After all the sanding and dremeling is done, wipe the entire dash down with acetone to clean off any debris and dust.
We don't have the right tools for this. We shouldn't be doing this, but we're just so pumped to do the dash finally. So instead of using a little stir tool, we're using the screwdriver. We have a little paper plate where we're gonna be mixing our stuff on. Have the hardener here, we're gonna mix those two. And then last but not least, the best part is we don't have a little squeegee or a little applicator, so we're just using a trusty old Balance Rewards card to spread out the padded dash filler. So they said
golf ball size.
Yep. So let's put this stuff on there first. Is this about a golf ball?
I don't golf. Do you golf?
I do, but I've never seen a mush golf ball before.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Is that 2 inches?
Yeah, it looks good.
You're the American. You should be familiar with the standard system. Or imperial, I'm sorry. Is it imperial or standard?
Yeah, I'm an imperialist.
Look at that blue, man.
Fascinating. Yeah, it's a messy and time-consuming process, but after some sanding, things should already look a lot better. After sanding off some of the excess filler with 80 grit sandpaper, it's time to build up another layer of filler. After you've built up a second layer of filler, it's time for a final round of sanding. Don't forget to do this in a well-ventilated area, and don't follow our example. You probably should have been wearing dust masks. How's that sanding coming?
It's pretty awful because we're not wet sanding it, so obviously you have all this buildup that's getting in the way and it's getting stuck on the sandpaper. Max did buy padded dash filler, and even though it says padded dash, which technically an E30 dash is soft and it's padded, I don't really see much difference between this and regular like body filler or Bondo even. It smells the same, it feels the same when you're mixing it, it looks the same.
Tastes the same.
I really don't know if there's a big difference. I'm not trying to diss the product or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that I'm not convinced that this is really that much better of a product than regular like fine body like putty or whatever it's called in whatever part of the world you're from. So I don't know if we could, you know, maybe use regular Bondo, who knows? On the first pass of this, I'm just gonna call it Bondo now, it sinks into the crack. So you have to do a second pass, and as you're building up the product, you're gonna have to take a lot back off. So just keep that in mind when you're working on your project, because it is a lot of work. It's very messy and very dirty. All right, so it's looking pretty great. We did quite a bit more sanding than we anticipated because we had built up so much Bondo, but it's looking really good. We're really happy with it. Well, at least Max is happy with it. It's his dash after all. I think we're ready to flock this dash.
One final wipe down, and you're ready to apply the glue. From the moment the glue is first applied, you only have about 10 to 15 minutes before it dries. We definitely recommend having a friend help you.
Here we go.
So you need, like,
Did you start that timer?
No, I'm going to now.
All right. Yeah. I should probably wear gloves or something.
Once the dash is covered in glue, sprinkle the fibers onto the dash using the fiber applicator. This is the easy part. Just add fibers until the dash reaches maximum saturation. The excess will fall off after the glue dries.
Not now.
So we're at 10 minutes right now. I'm just gonna let this play. Oh, never mind.
Beautiful song.
Let it sit and cure for 24 hours, blow off any excess fibers, and it's ready to install.
Dude, I am so happy how this turned out.
Looks great.
What do you think?
I think it looks really awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very happy with the outcome.
So sick.
It's your new dash, man. What do you got to say to the viewers about the process, though? Because you were sweating there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was gonna be a little easier than it was. I thought it was gonna be, you know, like buy a $50 kit and just like pour it on, you'd be done. But you know, in the end, it only cost us like what, $100? The dash filler was like 20, and the actual flocking kit was like 50, and then a couple other supplies. You definitely need a friend. If I wouldn't have had someone here with me, it would have been a gnarly process.
Well, you paid me 25 bucks, so you got to add that in the equation.
I don't have any friends, so I have to pay people to be my friend.
I'm mostly impressed with are like crack fixes.
Dude, I'm seriously
It's hard to see right now because of how rough. There's so much material on it. Yeah. But look at that. You can't see the lines. You can't see anything. Like it's really cool.
Like right here, this
was such a bad area.
Falling apart. There was a hole in there, and there was like a cutout here. Like that looks awesome.
Yeah.
For for a night of Bondo and sanding.
Yep.
I'm really happy about it. Yeah. So here on the back side, we left a couple cracks unfilled to see what would happen if you didn't do the dash repair and then flocked your dash. You can see the results here. They obviously still show up. It's not as noticeable, but there's definitely a crack right there and a crack right there.
Well, the glue actually filled quite a bit of it.
Yeah, the glue kind of filled it in a little, but I would recommend definitely filling in all the cracks and then flocking it. But I am so happy with the results. It looks like a brand new dash. So there you have it. Some materials, a good friend, and a few hours of tedious work later, you can turn your old cracked dash into a rally-style masterpiece. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, drop us a like and subscribe to follow along as we build, modify, and repair our favorite European cars.